opener, everybody. My name's Harry James. Oklahoma Sooners look for a split. If they can get a split here, it would be pretty good, considering who's on the docket for the preview show. On the docket, first of all, Super Tuesday. What about number 1 Baylor? And we're not talking about no girls basketball or even football. We're talking about the men's basketball team. They got a really good team too. That will be in Norman Super Tuesday, ESPN2 for that one. Then the Sooners will look for the sweep over their in-state rival and much improving Oklahoma State. This time, the game will be in Stillwater. And since we beat them in Norman, they played pretty well these last few games, beating Texas Tech, TCU. They even tried to push Kansas. They gave these guys run for their money. Now it's time to see if Oklahoma can give them a run for their money in Stillwater. It's never easy to win in Stilly. All right, guys, we'll preview these two games coming up next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away! Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. We will start with the game in Norman, and it's a huge one. Number 1 Baylor will be in Norman on Super Tuesday, 8 o'clock, ESPN2 for Week 15. It's a Baylor team of last year, guys. 20-14, just 8-10 in the league. Last season, they lost to Gonzaga in the 83-71 in the men's NCAA second round. Their head coach, Scott Drew, a 1993 graduate from Butler Community College, and Coach Drew is in his 17th year in charge of the green, black, and gold, and the Baylor Bears. The Baylor Bears have 2 players that are coming back to NCAA basketball, who are averaging double-figure scorers. The one that is going to be the really one to watch out for is he's a Division I transfer, played in 2017-2018, had an injury 2018-2019, and then he also transferred that same year, and that is Marcio Teague. He wears number 31 for the Baylor Bears. And Tristan Clark actually played on this team last year. He wears number 25. We'll start with the transfer. 31, Marcio Teague. It's a transfer from UNC Asheville. Played there, of course, in 2017-2018. Of course, 2018-2019, transferred out, got injured. 2019 and 2020, this year, back. But the 1 year that he played, 17 and 18, which was the 2018 season officially, averaged 16.7 points per ball game, 4.4 boards, and 2.5 assists for North Carolina, Asheville. Now for the Bears last season, that's the 18-19 season, Tristan Clark, he comes back. He averaged last year 14.6 points per ball game, 6.3 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per ball game last season for the Baylor Bears. Now the game that everybody wants to see, at least here in Oklahoma, the battle for Oklahoma. Oklahoma won round 1. They will now have to win round 2 in Stillwater, Saturday, 3 o'clock at Oklahoma State in the historical Gallagher Arena against the Cowboys. This game will be on the ESPN Deuce also. Now, before we preview Oklahoma State, I want to get this about Oklahoma State, more specifically about Eddie Sutton. Now, it's been out and it's been official that he's again a finalist this year. And when the men start their version of the Final Four out in April, you'll find out if he made the cut or not. I think he deserves to make the cut. In my opinion, it's not about how you coach. It's not about the way that you handled yourself off the court. It's about how you handled yourself on the court at Kentucky, at Oklahoma State, and I think that there's one more that I think it's out there in California, I believe, that he coached later on in his career. But he deserves a chance at this, guys. Let him in NCAA. Let him in. He is a Hall of Famer, and it would be a shame if he was not alive to see his name up in the lights. But that's about the former coach for the Cowboys. What about the current coach for the Cowboys? Last season, 12-20 overall, 5-13 in Big 12 play. They lost their first round Big 12 championship tournament game. They lost it 73-70 to TCU. Their head coach, Mike Boynton, 2004 grad from South Carolina, and is in his third year in charge of the Aggies. Now, scoring leaders returning for Oklahoma State, 2 of them, back returning from double figures. What about Cameron McGriff? 12.3 points per ball game, 7.4 boards, 1.7 assists for the Aggies last season. And my personal favorite Oklahoma State player, if I had to have a favorite player on the Aggies, it would be this guy. He clinched that game against Texas Tech that I just talked about. He clinched it with the dunk. The man with the face mask, you'll see him. You love him. He's Lindy Waters. The third Lindy Waters. The third generation Lindy Waters. He wears number 21, and he averages 12.2 points per ball game for the Aggies, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists last season for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And of course, our side of the state, the Oklahoma Sooners. 20-14, 7-11 to match in league play last season. Lost to Virginia, 63-51 in the second round of the NC2A men's version. Their head coach, Lon Kruger, is a 1974 grad from Kansas State University and is in his 9th season back in the Midwest with Oklahoma. Scoring leaders returning for Oklahoma. What about Okies? 2 Okies from Brady Manick to Christian Doolittle. That's who we'll go to. 35 Brady Manick last season. 12.2 points per ball game. 5.9 boards. 0.8 assists per ball game for Brady, the Hara native. From the Hara native to the Edmond native, Christian Doolittle, the only senior. 11.3 points per ball game. 5.9 boards. 1.6 assists per ball game last year for the Sooners of Oklahoma. All right, guys. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. You can catch this and all my other videos on YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. Also, Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Twitter, @HypeManHarry. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.